I'm very excited. I got the Instagram to work on the first try. I'm happy. Hey, Lauren! So, super happy. Super happy. I'm super happy. I'm super grateful. Today, every day, I had an amazing opportunity to go to a yoga retreat on Saturday with a very dear friend. And it was just a beautiful opportunity to spend some time in nature and to be able to, where's my hat's being crooked? It annoys me. And to connect with some beautiful, amazing, mature trees, trees that I have not ever connected with. This was a park I'd never been to. It was really fantastic. And they have kayaking, so I'm looking forward to that. And then my son was home for spring break this past week. Not that I got to see him very much, but he was here, and that was awesome. This was the last spring break. This is it. We've got 7 weeks to graduation, and I'm a happy mama. I just got to finish it up. So, but it has been an incredibly busy day, working on so many different projects for you, for other groups. And I'm just really incredibly excited of things that are to come. So I know that we are, we were, and here's where we, hey, Jamie, and here's where we find, because we have we talk about this all the time, right? Where the energy comes down as we approach the new moon, and then goes up as we move up towards the full moon. And so now here we are in the waxing. So we've passed the new moon, which was just last week, and now we're moving up into the waxing. And so it's just been this crazy busy day. So you get baseball hat today, but it's a good one. And it's, there's just so much that's going on. There's so much that's going on in the universe. There's so much that's going on with us. And and it's all wonderful blessings. Grateful. And here's the thing that I want to talk about, There's a couple of things. One is, somebody asked me this past week, how do you work with angels? How do you work with guides? And I think it's one of those things that we've talked about before, where the key to anything is to ask, right? And we take so much on ourselves, and we've talked about this before, about leaning into spirit, about letting spirit work with us, about welcoming spirit into our lives, and that we want these things. We want things to happen. We want we want to manifest things. We want to create things. We want to welcome things into our lives. We want to have shifts, but we think that we have to roll up our sleeves and do it ourselves. And so this is a really big reminder that we don't have to do everything ourselves, right? That when we can lean into spirit, when we can let them help us, so many other amazing things are possible. But then people say, well, how do we do that? Well, when you ask. And so one of the things I really want to stress today is, if there are things that you want to create in your life, make a list of what those things are that you would like to create or manifest or welcome into your life, that you would like to receive. And there's a couple of things I think are really important that go along with this. First of all, you have to know what it is you want. You can get into the car, you can turn on the engine, but if you don't know where you're going, you're pretty much sitting in the driveway. So what is it that you want, okay? The next thing is, don't worry about how to get there. That does not matter, okay? The how doesn't matter, because the universe knows how, okay? And this is one of those things where we want to lean into them, because they know so much more than we do. And so we don't have to worry about how, we just have to worry about what, okay? And we leave the door open that says, I would like to welcome this into my life, or something better. So I'm not so tied into, like, it has to look like this. If it doesn't look like this, it's not, okay? Be open to the fact that the universe can see and do way more than what we can even imagine. And so when we open the opportunity, we open the door for that opportunity, it is amazing what can come through. So we don't want to be closed-minded. we do want to have an idea of where we want to go and what we want to achieve, right? What is it that we want to welcome and manifest into our lives? And allowing for the edges to be blurry, right? Allowing for there to be flexibility in that vision so that when we are seeing the cogs of the universe start to move, we're not like, no, that's a right turn and I need a left turn. I can't, no. And then we get all like up in our head about it. But you know what? If you go 3 right turns, you're making a left. If you make 3 left turns, you're making a right. So just because it's not looking like what you think it should, hate that word, let it go. Allow. But so here's the thing. Once you know what you want, where you want to go, and you are open to the idea that it can be, this or something more, then we ask for help. We say, okay, angels, guides, loved ones in spirit, ascended masters, here is where I want to go. Here is what I'm trying to welcome or create or manifest into my life. And whatever help that you can provide, I welcome with an open and grateful heart. An open and grateful heart. An open heart means it doesn't have to look like what I think it's, what I think it should, which means I could go left or right and trust that they're taking me in the right direction. And a grateful heart means that I am staying in gratitude, again, even when it doesn't look like to my human brain, my left brain that wants to control everything, if it doesn't look like what I think it should look like, I am trusting in spirit. Because the thing is, the more we trust, the more things can pop open. Okay, the more things are possible. And so I spent this time on Saturday. I went to, because I have deep trust in my one girlfriend who said she was going to go to this yoga retreat, and I hadn't been to a yoga retreat in a while, and I had been thinking about, wouldn't that be so nice of having this opportunity, and I trust her and her judgment and her energy, and we went and we met amazing women and had an amazing experience, and it made new friends, and it was just this wonderful thing, because I always ask the universe to guide me and protect me. Okay. Also, be careful what you ask the universe for, because we had the other opportunity of wanting to have a desire to be more, to have the opportunity to do something new or something. In my work, I get to do this a little bit. I wanted to have the opportunity to do a little bit more. And so I asked the universe, I wonder how I could have the opportunity to do this presentation a little bit more. And then like 2 days later, I was on a Zoom call with a friend and with a group, and we were there early before a meeting started, and he said, hey, I would love for you to have this opportunity to do this thing so you could do it more. I'm like, thanks, guys, folks, thank you. Okay, so when we ask, and because what happened was I said, I wonder how I could have the opportunity to bring more of this into my life, to have this opportunity more, and then I just let it go. I didn't worry about it. I wasn't, thinking like, oh my God, okay, now how am I got to manifest this. How am I going to bring this thing into my life? I have to bring this thing into nope. I said, I wonder how I could do that. And then I just let it go, because I trusted that in its time, it would come to me. In its time, it would come to me. And that was exactly what happened. And what was so funny was the very next day I had my coaching phone call with my mentor, and I said, this is what happened. He goes, oh, good, I've been wanting for you to have that opportunity to do more of that. And I thought, oh, my goodness. So all the things of the universe just lined up. But here's the big thing. We ask, we don't worry about those details. Hey, Ellie, welcome. We ask, we don't worry about those details of the how. We don't worry about the should, and we just allow them to put it together in the right order. And then that last piece is that we trust that they will. And so when you have complete trust with the universe that they're going to work, whatever it is, they're going to work it out for your highest and best good. They're going to work it out. Even when it doesn't feel like it, there's some piece in there that is like, all right, somehow that's going to come to bless me or strengthen me or lift me or guide me, or there's knowledge that I'm learning in this crappy mud puddle of a situation that I need to either help myself later or to help another person later. So whatever it is, even if I don't like being in the crappy mud puddle, because really who does, I'm trusting the universe that there's some reason, even if I can't see it right now, that I am spending time in this crappy mud puddle, because either I need to grow a skill, I need to grow a strength, I need to have an experience that I can share with others down the road that would let me speak from a place of authenticity and integrity to say, yeah, I get that because I've been there. or it was something that I was going to experience, that I was going to be able to, oh look, Blade Jeanette, you're a spammer and you're deleted. Banned from page. Goodbye. Banned. Bye. If you're a spammer, just leave. We have zero tolerance. I have to say, it's been so nice that we've been shutting out the comments. There's been no spammers for you all. I know some of you are kind of disappointed about that because some of you like to play with them, but it's been super, super nice to not have any of that nonsense. So I need to grow a skill, I need to grow a strength, or I need to be able to speak from authenticity, or I need to be able to have this knowledge so that I can share with someone else who may need that knowledge later. So even when I don't want to be in the mud puddle, there's a reason or there's a purpose, even if I don't understand it right this second. And the more that we can trust in the universe, the more we can get through that mud puddle quicker. And I think I had mentioned this last week, and I wasn't sure what the animal was. I could not for the life of me remember what the animal was, so I went back and I looked at it. Painful day in Nashville, absolutely. Yeah, 100. And Mississippi and Alabama, it is a mess. And my heart, and I'm sure everyone's heart, goes out to the families of the adults and the children that have been tragically taken from us in Nashville, and the people who are dealing with a dozen tornadoes. That is just, it is terrifying, in Mississippi and Alabama. And it's those places that makes us think, well, what the hell was going on in that mud puddle? Like, why are those people in that mud puddle? I'm not God, and I would love to give you some sort of divinely inspired answer to say, like, well, this is what happened, and this is why. I don't subscribe to the idea that everything happens for a reason, because there's no reason that takes grade school children away from us. And there's no reason that makes it okay for somebody to go and shoot up a school or anywhere else at all. There's no reason that makes it okay to be racist or prejudiced against gay people or trans people or people that are different. There's no reason. There's nothing that makes that okay. There isn't. So I do not personally ascribe to everything happens for a reason, or maybe God needed more angels, because that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And I'm sorry, because, Aaron is right. This needs to be acknowledged. I do ascribe to there's some kind of a blessing in everything, even the shit. And I don't know how the parents of these little kids are going to find a blessing. I don't. And I would not ever say that to someone who's lost a child, that there's a blessing in it. Because it is so hard to be in that space and be like, and not want to say to me, well, F you. But I look down the road at things that have happened since atrocities, and there have been good things that have come from them. A woman that I know from South Florida. So when Parkland happened, and I live in Florida, we have the dubious honor of being home to two of the worst mass shootings in our nation's history. When Parkland happened, a lot of the parents of the children that were taken in Parkland were the kids I grew up with, because I grew up in South Florida when Parkland wasn't even a place. It was just the Everglades. And as that area developed and people moved out there, the kids I grew up with, many of them became those parents and had this horrific experience. And while I'm sure they would rather, in a heartbeat, have their children back with them, and I would want that for them if I had that ability, I have watched these people become advocates and speakers and school board members and political leaders and writers, and they are changing the game. Not fast enough for anybody, as today clearly shows, but they're making a difference, and they're making something positive come from this tragedy. They're making their kids' lives have meaning. And when we are walking through the mud, and I thank my friend Aaron for always making sure I stay grounded in current events. Because this is a conversation we've had a lot of how do you find a blessing in these traumas. It's not drama, it's trauma. There are things that we change the world, we change our little corner of it by how we respond and how we react and how we make meaning come from things that are so senseless. And so it isn't, and they're giving me a lot of different things to say right now. I'm trying to sort images in my head. It's never that everything happens for a reason, but there's a possibility to take some meaning or take some lesson and make things better when crappy things happen. And I will be the first one to tell you there are people I've lost that I would give a lot to have those people back. And I'm sure all of us can say that, whether it was for myself or other people that I would, wish to have those people back. But our job is not to find meaning in the tragedy. Our job is to create meaning to honor their lives, whether it's our relatives, whether it's the people who were senselessly taken from this or any one of another myriad of senseless tragedies that happen in our country, because we're the only country that seems to have this. And our job is to vote for people who will change this so that this crap doesn't keep happening. Because I'm with Janie, who says it's all just excuses, because the people who say, the gun laws won't stop people who want to get guns. I'm like, if you're a criminal, you're going to be a criminal and you're going to go through back channels, yeah. But most of the people who are doing these mass shootings are not criminals. They're people who are mentally unstable who should not have access to guns. And if the gun laws can change that, then yeah, I do think it would make a difference. The Parkland shooter, mentally unstable, all the signs were there, totally missed. The kid in Michigan, all the signs were there, totally missed. The kid who shot his teacher in, I think that was Virginia, all the signs were there, including that day when several people told administration that kid had a gun on campus. Totally ignored. And so we don't just need better laws. We need people who actually give a shit. And right now it just doesn't feel like we have that. And so the way we make meaning is by getting out there and lobbying. And if you look at my personal page, because I really try not to be political here, because that's not what this is about, but we are talking about meaning. But if you look at my personal page right now, because I'm a left-wing person living in a right-wing state, my personal Facebook page is constant of political, making people aware and reminding myself that we all have skin in this game. Whether you live here in Florida or anywhere else around the world, we all have an obligation to do what we can to make the world better. We all have an obligation to help, to pray, to give money where you can, even if it's $1. Little things add up. But to do what we can do to help Ukraine and Nashville and the people of Mississippi, and even if you are just praying for them, and under the law of grace, because I want to bring this back around to where we started, which is how do we ask our angels and guides to work with us, is literally just as simple as we ask them. We ask them. And so we say, can you help me? And we come from that place of an open heart with gratitude. We say, thank you for helping me. Thank you for helping me to manifest or create or make a difference or whatever it is that you want to do, where you are trying to create. Thank you for helping me create this or something better. And so that's when we're bringing for ourselves. However, under the law of grace, we can also pray those things and ask those things for others. So I can say, under the law of grace, archangels and guides and loved ones in spirit and whoever else has the ability to help, Under the law of grace, I ask you to please send love and help and support to the people in Alabama and Mississippi and Nashville. Under the law of grace, I ask you to send it for them, that use my energy and my request to send for them. And under the law of grace, they'll do it. Now, that doesn't mean that the people in Mississippi or Nashville are going to accept. This is where we get hung up, that when we have someone that we love that may be ill and we pray for them, we can send healing energy and thoughts and prayers, even though, I know. We can send all of that, but the people on the other end have to be willing to pick up the phone. They have to be willing to let that healing into their body. So we can pray over and with and next to and for loved ones and total strangers. We can pray for all those people. And people will say, well, how come sometimes they get better and sometimes they don't? If we send healing to somebody else, it is up to them whether they believe that healing is possible. You have, probably heard stories of people who have a terminal illness who magically heal, and other people who have a terminal illness who, like, as soon as they get a diagnosis, they, pass, so quickly. There's a belief factor in there of what is possible. Our mind is so powerful. It is so much more powerful than we even understand. And if you believe that you can be healed, then when other people send those thoughts and prayers and the healing energy, and they ask the angels and guides to send that stuff to you in your direction, you are willing to receive it. You are open to receive it. Now, does that guarantee it's going to work? No. But the people on the other end they have that opportunity to pick up that phone to receive that energy. And so when we look at it, we say, is it worth doing? Yeah. It is. Because I always come back to that starfish story, right? With all the starfish on the beach where the child is walking along throwing all the starfish back, and the grown-up, it's always a child throwing the starfish back and the grown-up that comes along, and the grown-up comes along and says, what are you doing? You can't possibly make a difference. And the child holds the starfish up and says, well, I can make a difference for this one, and keeps going. We can always make a difference for one. It's not up to us which one. We send love and healing and prayers under the law of grace, or under just because we know that person, and we ask for love and healing and strength and prayers and all the positive words that you can think. We ask to be sent to people who need it. And sometimes the one that it makes a difference for is us. Sometimes we're the one who needed it maybe more than we thought. And so, again, I want to circle this back around, not just to how we ask our angels and guides to come into our lives and to be of blessing and assistance in our lives. We have the opportunity to ask these things for other people. We have these opportunities to ask these things for ourselves. Sometimes when tragedy strikes, the person who is having the growth experience isn't, or the whatever the experience is, may or may not be the person who was, the victims or the people most affected. Sometimes it's us that are the ones who need the reminder of how precious life is, or that we can do something, or to get off our butts and do something. So sometimes that reminder, that move, is for us. Oop, we're going to ban you. Bye, Angel Smith. Ban from page. See you, bye. Thank you, Janie. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to shake off that energy. Okay, we're going to shake off that energy. Right? We're going to shake off that energy. Where's my selenite? I usually have selenite on my table. I don't. But I got some amethyst. So, we shake off the energy. We shake off the energy. We don't want to live in that sadness, right? We don't want to live in that place. The two things I want you to take away from this half talk, half rant, half channel, I know, 3 halves, math's not my thing. The things I want you to take away from is we have a lot more power than we think we do. We're not alone. We have the power to ask and to work in concert with higher powers, and to make a difference where we can. Okay? Make a difference where we can. Do something. Okay? And it isn't all about money. It isn't like, oh, make a donation, you have to make a donation. Make a difference where you can. Maybe it's as simple as sending a gift card to the PTA of that school. Maybe it's as simple as sending a card, just a condolence card that says, hey, I'm so sorry this happened. You're not alone. We're thinking of you. When the shooting happened in Colorado at the gay club, so many people, so much outpouring of love and support. We're here for you. You're not alone. We love you. So much love and support. And here too, in Orlando, when the Pulse shooting, people came from all over the country to give support and to stand in solidarity with a community that had been marginalized. It doesn't have to be money. There are so many things that we can do to help. And so one of the things we've been talking about all year long is get in the game, right? And so this is maybe a reminder that we can make a difference. It doesn't have to be massive, but do something. Because sometimes the thing that you're healing is inside of you. And so for me, one of the reasons that I post so many political things on my personal Facebook page is because that's something I can do. I can't go to Tallahassee. I get asked all the time, can you come up and help lobby with us? And I can't go because I know that would not be healthy for my energy. It would not be good for my mental health. It's not something that I could do. And really, they don't want me up there because, when I'm not filtered, it's not always so polite. But what is something you can do to help make a difference in your corner of the world? What is something you can do to make a difference to the starfish on your beach? And that's something to always hold on to, that you can make a difference to the starfish on your beach. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I think we can get in a lot of stuff with that, and I don't like to bring too much politics over here because I know that's not what we're here for, but I do know that there are things that happen that we, Erin is right, that we do not, we shouldn't ignore. They should be discussed. Because it's so easy when things happen for us to feel powerless. And this is a huge reminder that we may not be able to fix everything, but we can make a difference to someone. Okay. All right, so we're going to grab an animal spirit card, and then we'll do some cards for the group, the collective cards. We'll do a couple of those, and then we'll do some cards for you all individually. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be a downer today. I mean, I'm really in a great mood, and I'm really, like I said, I was happy and full of gratitude. And I think that it's a choice that we can easily get bogged down in the negative news, or we can choose to look intentionally for the things that are blessings in our lives and the things to be grateful for. So today I'm grateful for getting some projects finished. I'm grateful for my son being back to school for his last couple weeks of college. I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful for a lot of things, and there's any number of things that make me want to pull my hair out. But you're so sweet, thank you. But we can choose what energy do you want to be in? Do you want to be in that low vibrational energy? Because you know what happens when we stay in that low vibrational energy is all those other low vibrational beings are going to be like, ooh, feeding frenzy, right? We stay in a high energy, we attract blessings. We attract other high energy beings. We attract more help, more ability to help. So this is why when we work with our angels and guides, we always come from a place of gratitude. Thank you for being with me. We start with gratitude. Thank you for anything you can do to help me in this situation. Sometimes I always use the driving in the rain at night analogy because that's one of the things that thanks, Erin. That's one of the things that that makes me the most nervous. And so last night, my son, the last hour of the trip, he was driving through that storm that, had just come across Alabama and Mississippi. And so always if I'm driving in the rain, especially at night, the thing I say is, Michael, please make it better. Thank you. And it's just that simple. And it's Archangel Michael, not my friend Michael, but it's just that simple. Michael, please make it better. Thank you. I'm not asking him to stop the rain. The earth needs the rain. I'm asking him to make it better. So, and sometimes it feels like there's this little umbrella that comes over my car. Everybody's still in the pouring rain. but a little umbrella comes over my car. So it can be that simple. And so here we are. The animal spirit for today is the shark, and it says, follow your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. And I love this because sharks are always in motion, right? Sharks are always in motion. They're not a fish that sleeps still. Or I go and work at Blue Springs State Park to protect the manatees. We see a lot of fish that they line up, they're still, they're sitting there, they're sleeping. And sharks can't do that. They have to keep moving or they'll die. And so sharks are always moving. And I think that this is really a great reminder to stay in motion, get in motion, stay in motion, to do something, right, which we were talking about, and discern the truth of the situation, which means that we don't have to use these sad events as an excuse to go under the covers and hide from the world. We can use these things as stepping off points to say, how can I make a difference to that one, right? So we can use this to acknowledge the sadness and the horror of these different situations, and then to say, how can I make a difference? How can I get in motion to do something positive, to bring something positive to the situation, even if that thing is just to make something positive for me. Because see, here's what happens. If I make something positive for me, and you're here watching and participating in our conversation today, then maybe I'm making something positive for you also. And then you're going to talk to some other people, and maybe you're going to take your now feeling more positive energy, and you're going to do something and make somebody else feel more positive. And so it is literally like the old shampoo commercial where then she told two friends, and she told two friends, and she told two friends, and all of a sudden there's 100 people that are feeling more positive because one person did one thing. We can't underestimate our ability to make a difference to one that can multiply so quickly and make a difference to many. Because it's so easy for us to look at the situation and go, oh, well, what can I do? But we can make a difference for one. And then maybe that one shares, and that one shares, and one shares, and one shares. It makes a big difference. It's why when you go to a sporting event or a concert or a show and everyone is rolling along, you can feel the energy of the audience or the crowd. It's like the wave when people do the wave at the shows, at the games, right? You can feel the energy. Are they with the performers? Are we all laughing? Are we all crying? Because we can affect each other energetically that way. We all can roll along with each other. And so you can't dismiss the reality that we affect each other's energy. We can lift each other, or we can the opposite, depress, detract. We can bring each other down. So we have the ability to make that one difference. We stay in motion like the shark. We stay in motion like the shark. All right, let's see. I switched this week to go back to the wisdom of the oracle cards. I felt like they were just calling to me today, so we're gonna go back to the Colette Bear and Reed. I know everybody liked the other cards. We'll go back to them again. But I wanted to get in with the I put my hand down and over the decks of cards, and I'm like, which one do we want to talk to today? And this one really jumped out at me, and so I just want to use these today, and we'll see those other ones. The messages from Spirit, Jim Van Prague's deck, such a great deck. I love all the colors and things that are involved in his art. All right, cutting the deck for my friend Aaron. Oh, some jumpers. All right, cutting the deck. We're going to check out these jumper cards. Okay, so the first one is happy, happy. Happy, happy. Look at the beautiful colors. Look at the rainbow. Look at the fact that she's sitting on this egg. No, we're not doing individual cards just yet. Hang on to your hat, Alan. So look how she's sitting on the egg, which means something positive is about to happen. And if you look at the colors of the egg, and look like there's a little baby face that's in the inside of there, something positive is about to happen. Something is being created and birthed. She's getting ready to hatch something. And if you look, it's all higher chakra colors, the purple and the rainbows coming up. So there is something good that is coming, which reminds us that something good will come from this. I don't know what it is. And, it's certainly never fast enough, right? But something good is coming. But the other card that popped out was Come to the Edge. And if you look at this one also has the blues in it around in the background of the clouds, which is the throat chakra, which is speaking our truth, which means it's important for us to speak up, right? But she's talking about come to the edge, this card, come to the edge. This is really about stepping out of your comfort zone and letting go of the past, letting go of things that have been holding us back, and coming to the edge so that we're ready to leap, take that leap of faith, right? She's leaping, like she's not even looking where she's going. She's trusting the spirit of what's going on with her. And so we have this opportunity to stay in that place of love and gratitude, to use our voice, to use, that's okay, to use our voice, to use our heart, and to trust that if we are staying in that place of love and gratitude, which is what we just talked about, right? When we're working with our angels and guides, we can take that step, we can leap forward and know that they're going to be with us, right? We can trust that they've got us, because she's like not even looking where she's going in this card. She's like, oh, hey, you know, whatever. And like, she's going to step off the edge of the rock and they're going to be like, we're going to teach you to fly. So we have so much more support and security around us than we remember, because we haven't built our trust muscles where we, hey, spammer, you're banned. See you, bye. I talked about this before, about when you meet somebody new, and you, even if you feel that you have a relationship, or you feel like, oh, I know this person, we feel like we have an energetic connection, something, it takes time to build that trust. Like, if you think about who your best friend is, or maybe your childhood friend, you have these experiences that have happened through the time, through the years or the months of your relationship, where you have this connection, this strong bond that has been built over time, over years. And you have built that trust and you have built that relationship. And the reason that we hold up when we get to come to the edge and we're like, whoa, wait a minute, or we don't ask for help, or we don't have that faith that spirit is with us, is because we haven't given the opportunity to build that relationship. And those relationships, they start with little things. Think of it like dating. I remember my childhood best friend, we literally met at the roller skating rink. We met at the roller skating rink because we were just going along, and I don't even remember if like she fell or I fell, and we just picked each other up and we just started talking. And then like the next week we were like, oh, you're going to come back and roller skate next week? And I was like, yeah, okay, well, we'll see you there. And we just started talking. We didn't even go to the same schools. But over the years, we developed this really strong friendship. So it takes time, and it takes a willingness to open our hearts to allow someone or something else to come in and create this, okay, we meet, we're going to have a little trust, we're going to have a little bit more trust, we're going to have a little bit more trust. Oh, now we are lockstep. And so when things happen, like for me, I noticed that I don't even not notice spirit anymore, because I know they're with me. I know they're always with me. And when something happens, like I think last week I shared that I had unintentionally cut somebody off, and then like 3 seconds later somebody cut me off, and I was like, yes, I know, it was totally my fault. I get it. Thank you for the reminder. Take a breath, slow it down. I wasn't late. I didn't have to be rushing. Da, da, da. And so those things that happen, I have built that trust with them over the time that I just know it's okay. And what is, wonderful when you can build that trust, when something happens, we tend not to like freak out. So I got a flat tire last week, 2 weeks ago. I got a flat tire. It was not ideal. And I was like, this, not even a panic, not even a, oh my God, what do I do? Like, now, the last time my car broke down, it was not in an ideal situation. And even then, I was pretty calm, even though I was, like, definitely at risk of getting hit. I wasn't, I know that they kept me safe. And police came abnormally quickly. And the tire repair person came abnormally quickly. And, I mean, so when we understand that they're with us and we thank them for being with us and we build that trust and we build that relationship with them, it's amazing how they can show up in our lives in a million little ways. And it's important when we do notice those things to acknowledge them and say thank you, because it just feeds on, that one thing feeds on the next, and they're like, oh, she saw us, she knows it was us, yay, and they're going to do more, and it goes like this. Okay, so they have a good sense of humor. So this last collective card is chaos and conflict. Okay, this is chaos and conflict. Okay, this reminds us that while we can choose love and we can choose gratitude, that does not inoculate us from chaos and conflict. And all you gotta do is turn on the news to see it, okay? But we can see that the zebra is becoming something more, becoming something better. And his zebra stripes are getting absorbed by the giraffe-ness. And, if you're a zebra, you could probably run really fast, and so could a giraffe. But if you're a giraffe, you can reach up to higher leaves and maybe get a more food source. So maybe this is superpowering the zebra. The point is that in chaos and conflict, we grow stronger because we learn. We are learning lessons, we're learning skills, we're learning strength. And we're building in chaos and conflict, we're building that relationship with spirit, because it's really in the chaos and conflict where we go, hello, is anybody listening? And they're like, yeah, we're here, we got you. So it's in the chaos and conflict that allows us to build that. Oops, hello, Mary Juliet, banned, spammers, banned, bye. If you're a spammer, just go. We have 0 tolerance. We will delete you. We will ban you. It's in the chaos and conflict that we tend to reach for the spirit to say, hey, I'm coming to an edge here. I need some help. And that reminder that we can choose to be happy. We can choose to be in a place of gratitude. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm never going to negate the trauma that humans have the ability to inflict on each other. But we can choose to make a difference to that one, right? And so even if it's in your house, in your neighborhood, we can choose to make a difference in some way that can make something better for somebody else. Okay? So I never want you to walk away from, it's easy to walk away from a news cycle, especially one that's as frustrating and sad as this particular 24-hour news cycle is. I never want you to walk away feeling like you have all hope is lost, because that is never true. That is never true. There's so much more going on than we can ever understand. And there's so much more help available to us. We are so not alone. All right. Cards for you and you. All right. We'll do a couple of these. So Valencia jumped the gun. Ellen Jane also jumped the gun. Janie jumped the gun. Everybody's jumping the gun. All right. We're going to do, just to be fair, we're going to go back and we're going to do Ellen. We're going to do Janie. We'll do Valencia. Bianca, I see you. All right. Ellen was first. Ellen, what do you need to know today? Yang. This is your feminine energy. No, don't worry. Ellen Jane, this is your feminine energy. Embrace your feminine energy. You have the power of the sun inside of you. This is blue throat chakra. Speak your truth. Say what you want to say. Know that there is this fire burning inside your belly that is telling you it is time to create. It's time to birth something. It is time to step out and own your feminine power. That what you are creating right now is the time is ripe for you to go forward. Okay? Yay. All right. That was Ellen. Valencia. Janie, then Valencia. Sorry. Janie, then Valencia. Okay, Janie. Community. Janie, this is community. Don't cut yourself off when you get frustrated or depressed. When you get down in your energy, don't cut yourself off from the people around you. It is safe for you to lean into the energy there and to say, I'm just feeling off today. I'm feeling sad or frustrated or, and I just, I need to connect on something positive. Tell me something positive. I see these Facebook posts where people are like, I'm sad today. Please send me funny meme things. And people do because they want to help. That's how we make a difference to one person. 25 people will send a meme of something ridiculous and make that one person feel better. I mean, we have incredible capacities for love and caring and compassion and lifting each other up so much more than our capacity to hurt people. We have that too. That's where the choice comes, right? All right, so the other thing I want to talk about this, is who said they were watching the news and had the sound off. Try to step away. Try to be cognizant of what you're putting in your brain, because it's very easy for us to let the news cycle just suck the life out of us, and then we retreat into our little hut and we forget to come out and connect with other human beings. So just be mindful of that. Okay. You are very welcome. All right. So Valencia, Ellie, I see you. All right. We're going to do Valencia. We're going to do Bianca. And then we'll do Ellie. Valencia. Okay. Ooh, that was interesting. Valencia, this one hopped out at me. Higher power, my dear. Higher power. This is that reminder. You have so much more ability to manifest than what you think. And you have been working on building that relationship but I feel like that there are places where you and then you either forget or you, angel card person, bye, spammer, banned, see ya, bye, banned. So you have, Valencia, this opportunity where you lean into spirit and then you forget. Either forget or you get frustrated because they didn't Johnny on the spot. It's not Amazon, right? They don't respond on command. They don't have, this is not Angels and Guides Prime, okay? They are going to work stuff out for you in a way that serves your highest and best good, in a way that you may or may not understand it, or may not be able to see the cogs of the universe turning. That doesn't mean it's not happening. And so trust it. But just remember that it is not angels that are not on Amazon Prime, okay? So this is, Valencia, this is a reminder that you are tapping in, but don't pull the plug on that before you get to the good stuff. So I hope that helps you. Okay, Bianca and LA. I'm so happy you could get here today, Ellen. All right, Bianca. I need to do Bianca, fork in the road, my dear. Now this one came in upside down, fork in the road. So when fork in the road comes in upside down, make a decision. There isn't a wrong one. Nope. Bye, spammer. Banned from page. See ya, spammer. Bye. Okay, Bianca, there's no wrong answer here. You're welcome. Another one. See ya, banned. Oh, no, you're already banned. You're already banned. Bianca, there's no wrong answer. You're at the fork in the road. Oh, another one. Spammer Central. Banning. You're banned. Bye. See you. Bye. There's no wrong answer. Okay, Bianca, there's no wrong answer. This is the opportunity for you to step forward in a way that follows your heart. Okay, because you literally have this fork in the road. But look, you have a lava pointing you in the right direction. Okay, follow the lava. Lavas are joy and happiness and love and funny and giggles, right? Follow the lava, but literally there's no wrong answer for you, okay? So you feel like you're in the crossroads. Feel into left and right. Feel, does this feel good in my body? Does it not feel good in my body? Follow your guts, follow your instincts. There is not a wrong answer there, okay? So this is just a reminder for you to just go forward and not feel second guessing, okay? So this is, you are safe to go forward. There isn't a wrong answer, okay? All right, Ellie. Ellie. Oh, look, Brittany James, see ya, banned. Spammers, banned. It's like it's like whack-a-mole. If you're a spammer, just leave, because we're going to ban you and, just bye. I feel like it's like whack-a-mole. All right, Ellen. The peace card, my friend, full of green, healing, love, and light energy, but it comes in upside down. So where are you not feeling peace? Where are you letting others upset your apple cart? Where are you letting others rain on your parade? This is all about green energy, right? Green, health, abundance, wellness, new adventures, prosperity, heart, love. And look, you have this gorgeous egg that is all shiny and pink and yellow at the top with little stars and speckles on it. It is telling you we are about to hatch something beautiful and wonderful. Don't let somebody else rain on that parade, okay? So this is all about celebrating the wonder that is you and celebrating all of the wonder. Look at you, you got carnival flags, you got beautiful birds flying. This is all about celebrating the wonder of you without letting somebody else rain on your parade. Okay, this is the green energy. Where they say green means go, and you have, again, the green is for the heart chakra. It's healing, it's adventure, it's prosperity and abundance and all of the wonderful things. Don't let anybody else's energy come into your space that you are not, in alignment. If they're not in alignment, love them away, right? Love them away. All right, so I think that was everybody today. So a little bit of a short session today, which is totally fine. As always, I appreciate so much that you take the time to out of your day to be with us. And I have to sneeze. I know it was a little bit of a heavier conversation today, but look, if you are glued to the TV, maybe consider stepping away and maybe consider investigating a silly sitcom. I got to tell you, I'm a huge fan of silly sitcoms because they're great for it's like a palate cleanser, an energy cleanser for your brain. Sometimes at the end of the day, after like work or kids and politics or news or whatever, we need something stupid, something just that makes you laugh out loud. So find, what that might be for you, some silly sitcom. My husband and I know we're way behind of getting on board with that, but my husband and I, we've been really enjoying Young Sheldon. If you're, a person of the 80s, there's lots of great references. The show literally makes me laugh out loud. And sometimes I just need to watch something silly to shake off the day, right? And so maybe that's something that helps you. Louise, yes ma'am, of course we would never leave without having you're here, and we'll make sure that we get you a card. So here you are, my dear, blessed. Look at all that pink energy that's going on around there. And this looks like she's like sitting in this snail shell, and look how the light is coming off the back. It's like she's zooming through the universe. This is blessed. This is just a reminder that, we are all have blessings, which is a beautiful way. Thank you for asking for a card, Louise. This is a beautiful way to end. This has been a tough conversation today. We all are blessed. Even when tragedy strikes, we all still have things in our lives that we can say we are blessed and can be grateful for. So whatever's going on with you, my friend, just take a moment to count the things that are blessings for you. Count the things that you would, because it's so easy to get caught up in the negative things, and it takes conscious energy for us to be in that place where we say, okay, I could get just mired up in the mud, and I could just sit in the mud and just wallow in the mud, but it's going to take conscious effort for me to choose to see a blessing. And so this is just a reminder that we are all still having the opportunity to look for those blessings, because they are there if we're willing to look. So Louise, whatever is going on with you, my friend, I hope this is a blessing to you. And I want to thank you for asking for that, because it's a beautiful way to end our session. We're not going to end though, because I see you, Mare, and I want to make sure that we pull. If you ask me for a card and I'm still here and I can do it, I always want to try and say yes. And we have a jumper card for you, my new friend. And so this is Thinker. This card is Thinker. Look at all of the yellow energy, the yellow colors that are in this card, which is reminding you to really check in with your solar plexus and see, how are you thinking about yourself? How are you thinking about how you, how you show up in the world, how you want to show up in the world? This is really asking you to do some self-assessment here and make sure that you are acting and living in an alignment place. Are you in alignment with who you say you want to be and how you say you want to live? This is also this great reminder that to just stay present in the moment and to be mindful of what's going on around you, to be with the people that are around you, to stay present in the moment and not get so caught up with me, or, and not me, but self, or with the drama that's going on out there, that we forget to stay present to those who are near and dear to us. And today, is just another one of those days where we want to be reminded to hug our loved ones and be grateful that our loved ones are safe, because, for families today can't say that. So thank you for asking for the card, Mare. I hope really truly that I'm saying your name correctly, and I'm grateful for you to have the opportunity for you to join us today. So, Sunny Bunny, thanks for stopping in to say hi, my friend. So, all right, I think we are going to wrap it up. We'll pull one more card for the collective consciousness. And then as a reminder, if you are watching the replay, we are going to close off the comments just to keep the spammers out. There sure has been a lot of them today. I take it as a compliment, annoying as they are. I take it as a compliment that we must be doing something right here, that they are all so enamored with you that they want to, connect with you. And just remember, if somebody says, divine love, send me a friend request, send me for your accurate reading, or I have some message for you from beyond, just say, no thank you. Because all you're going to do is start chatting with them, and they're going to be like, oh, send me money and I can remove whatever this hobgoblin is. And no, just no. Just no. Oh, speaking of that, let me just share this one other thing. I've been getting a new text scam lately on my phone. People text and they're like, oh, hey, are we going to dinner or whatever? And I'm like, who is this? And they're like, oh, you're Susan, right? And I'm like, no. And they're like, you have the wrong number. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry to bother you. And of course, being a polite person, you would naturally say, no problem, have a nice day, or something to that effect. At which point they're like, oh, you're so nice, and isn't it, you're so sweet. I would love to talk to you. I would love to buy you coffee. No. Just no. Just no. So just, this seems to be a new scammy, texty thing going on. So just protect yourself. Because my little PSA for today. All right, the last card for the collective to help us close it up and just kind of tie the circle up nicely is Message in a Bottle. And this is so timely with everything that we've been talking about today. Even when shitty things happen, and there was some real doozies today and yesterday, that there's some meaning, right? And like I said before, I'm reluctant to say all things happen, for good, because there's no good to justify shooting children. But there's meaning in things, and it's up to us to try and make our life have meaning, and to help those around us find meaning in their lives, and to pray for the families of these kids and the teachers and the adults who've been so sorely affected by these terrible events, to try and find meaning in the tragedy. And so we have Message in a Bottle that reminds us that even when things go sideways, as they often do, there are blessings if we are willing to look for them. So with that, I say thank you so much for joining and spending some time with me today. I hope that these things are helpful for you and that they bless you and brighten your day. I am honored completely by the fact that you choose to spend some time with me on Mondays, and you brighten my day. You are blessings to me, hands down. And I thank you so much for taking the time. And please always know how very much you are loved. Mwah. Have a great week.